Welcome students, welcome to our English class. So we have been learning about a person, about a small boy who is very intelligent and very sharp and who has the power of solving the mathematics and physical problems, physical studies problems within a fraction of seconds. So with the speed of the light. And just like other students, this fellow also is aiming for writing IIT exams. And in the last class, we learned about IIT. What are these IITs? So these IITs are the special institutions which are started by the central government in order to promote, in order to develop, in order to create some excellent genius in the field of engineering. So right itself, getting seat in IIT itself is a great achievement for the students. Some lakhs and lakhs of people are trying to get seat in these great institutions. So there is a procedure in getting seat in these institutions. So what is the procedure? First of all, the government will release the notification for the admissions. And students from all corners of the country will apply for the seats. And before that, they should write an entrance exam. And this entrance exam will be conducted at the state level, at the country level, at the national level. And I said, some lakhs of people compete to get the seat in that college. And the test is not an ordinary one. It is conducted in a very, very difficult manner. And they are going to test the practical ability, the applicable knowledge of the student. So we study the subject. Everybody is an intelligent person. And we read and mug up the textbooks from top to bottom. So even when I ask you any question, when you are in sleep, so that fellow can able to tell the answers with page numbers and quotations and everything, with definitions, all the things. But that is not important. So the concept should be applied in our life. So what we are learning should be applied in our day-to-day life. So that kind of practical questions are asked in the question papers, and the IIT exams are said to be the toughest exams in the country. So writing the exam is one way, and securing so after that they call for the interviews, they conduct the counseling. So finally they get the seat in the colleges. So those who get the seats in the colleges are considered to be the cream of the country. And parents also right from the beginning stage. So in some areas, some parents are trying to give the coaching right from their 6th class onwards. So it is the dream of every parent to see their children as IITians. So that's why, so even today, in the past, in future, so that these institutions have their own criteria. So these institutions have their own prestige and value in the country. So nothing wrong in it. So there is no wrong from the parent side to see their children in the higher levels. And children are also competing with each other with the same spirit. But today's condition is entirely different from the past. In past, there were no these many facilities for the children. So they just used to depend on some books and on some persons. So today we have a number of coaching centers. If you go to, Rajasthan, there is one place. So there they are giving only the coaching for the IITs, IAS exams. So in Delhi, in Hyderabad, in so many places we have number of institutions which are giving training for the IIT aspirants. So today's condition is entirely different from that of the past. In past, there were no coaching institutions and there were no special materials, and students used to simply depend on the material that was available at that time for the students. And they used to sit together and discuss the subject with their own. Suppose if I know one problem, I sit before my I sit before my friend and request him to solve that problem. And if I know something, all the other students would come to me and request me to get the solutions for that answer. So like that, they used to share the subject with each other, and they used to make some combined studies. So when there is some disturbance at the house, so they used to go to the faraway place away from the busy cities and sit together and used to prepare like that for their exams. That was the condition. But the dream of every bright student is to crack the seat in IIT. So today, even the parents are having some high wishes or high thing about their children. So there is a great aspiration about their children. And even the parents are also encouraging the students like anything. Amma, if you have any doubts, I am prepared to join in you some coaching center. Tell me if you want any material, I am ready to buy it. So though they have money or not, they are not thinking about it. Because there is a great awareness among the parents also about these premium institutions, prestigious institutions. That's why there is full cooperation from the parent side. And there is full cooperation from the coaching institution side. And there is full cooperation from the school level itself. Now, that's why the competition is increasing day by day for the IIT exams. Okay, so let us learn something about this boy. And just like the other students, this fellow also aspired to get seat in IIT. The brighter one wanted to study in Indian Institute of Technology. There was an entrance test for IIT. Just have explained you. There was an entrance test for IIT. This boy, along with his friends, applied to appear for the test. Just like other students, this boy also applied for the entrance test. So, recently I have seen a movie called Super 30s. So, in that movie also we can understand how the students work to get a seat. So, how they should prepare for the exams. So, every person should compulsorily prepare the old papers. So, you get an idea about the examination pattern, about the difficulty level of the question paper, from which chapter they are giving the questions and which chapters are important. So for how many marks we have to, so all these things you can understand the entire pattern of the exams only by doing the old papers. So how to do the old papers? So if you can't do it by your own, so definitely we can't do it by one. We need the assistance, we need the support, and we need the guidance of other students, other people. So if the teachers are not available, so definitely we should take the support of our co-students who are somewhat brighter and who are somewhat experienced and who are somewhat intelligent than us. So compulsorily we should do the old papers. And they did not have any special books or coaching. So I explained. So today we have many coaching centers, but in those days they didn't have any special coaching centers or any special material. All these IIT aspirants would sit below the shade of a stone mandap. It may be in the peak of summer, but still they never bother about the rain, they never bother about the heat. So their only focus is getting seat in IIT. So if you have a focus, if you are single-mindedness, if your concentration is only on one goal, we forget all other things in our life. You never bother. Even when your family members are going for a movie, we never bother about them. So why don't you come to a movie with us? No. So my target is to get IIT seat. So I sit before the books and prepare myself. I don't want any entertainment. So some students even forget about their food. Their mommy put some milk before them, but the milk may become cool, but they won't take anything. So that means that shows that interest and concentration on the dedication on the subject. So how we are preparing for exams, we have to compare with them. So that is what we call burning desire. Only if you have that kind of burning desire, a student could able to prepare like that. So nobody is forcing them and nobody is insisting them and nobody is controlling them from the other sides, from outer side. So that fellow is controlling himself and making himself to sit before the books. So this is what we call self-discipline. So this is called self-discipline. So discipline is important, but that discipline should not be controlled by the outer forces, that should come from within. So this is what we call self-discipline or inner discipline. So every student should possess this kind of discipline in his life. So when you reach that level, automatically you can be seen in the higher position. So your life will be sublime. You'll become, certainly, definitely you'll become a great man. No need to say anything. So I no need to show my hands to any astrologer. So just, I can say, I can talk about your future by way you are preparing for your exams and for your life. So this is what we seen in these boys. So they appeared for the exams. After appearing for the exams, when you are trying to write the entrance exam, you should also prepare for that exams like that. Hey, come on, sit before the books, open your books, prepare for the exams. So all these are unnecessary for us. Internal discipline, self-discipline. When you reach that level, so definitely the results will be towards you. The results will be positive side. Next. So all these IIT aspirants used to sit below the shade of a stone mandapam, a stone mandap near the Chamundi hills in the sleepy town of Mysore. So all the entire incident took place in Mysore. So he was the guide for others. As usual, we learned in the previous paragraph, when seniors are scratching and pulling their hair, so this fellow used to solve their problems and sit quietly in the corner. Who solved this problem? Who solved this problem when they are confused about it? So this fellow would simply sit in the corner and smile shyly. He's a very shyful person. You know about shy. So he never wants others to think about him or talk about him. When they are talking about him, he used to fold himself and without raising his hand. In Telugu, we call it as siggupaddam. So slowly, smile lightly and feel shy when others are appreciating him. So when others are struggling to solve the problem, so he is the only guide to help them. Who can solve this problem? That fellow is there. So let us approach him and clarify our doubts. So they used to get the doubts clarified from this little boy who is a very shyful person. So he was the guide for the others. While the others struggled to solve the problem in the question paper, he would smile shyly. This is called smiling shyly. And solve them in no time. In no time means within less period, within less time. He used to solve them and hand out the books to them. So, but how did he solve the problems? In a very shyful way. He never raised his head simply. So this is the problem. Could you solve it? He used to take the book and do the sum and hand out the book to the students. In a very shyful manner. So he sat alone below the tree and dreamt of studying at IIT. So this is common for all the students of that age. Even when I am at that age, I too sat like that in the corner and I too got so many daydreams. So it is common for all. Suppose if I am applying for a college, so how do you feel at that time? As if I get the seat. So if I get a seat, how I prepare myself, how I study in that college. As if we got the seat in the college. We imagine as if we were the student of that college. So these are the dreams of the young persons, the teenagers. So teenage is nothing but the dreaming period. So if you won't have any dream, there is no future, as said by Abdul Kalam. Dreams are our starting positions of our future. So we get everything through our dreams. But in mathematics we call it as hypothesis. Understand? So we start with our dream, and this fellow also used to sit in the corner after doing the sums and used to dream about his future. So if I get seat in IIT, I choose this group and after that I join in so and so college, I take so and so group, I read these many books, so I try to get this percentage of marks. So like that he started dreaming about his future. So after completing, so we even go forward and think about the future, jobs, settlements, etc., etc. But these dreams should not be confined to dreams itself. So as said by Abdul Kalam in the quotation, so these dreams should be transformed into thoughts, and thoughts should be transformed into action. So without any action, there is no use of dreaming like that. But nowadays, most of the students are dreaming. So how many of you want 10%, 10 out of 10? So we all want, sir. But how many of you are trying to achieve your dreams? So sit before your books and read. So nobody will read. So if your actions are like that, so what is the result of your dream? So your results will be in the form of actions. So until you put your dreams into action, so there is no use out of it. So after learning this lesson, after learning about this person, you should all understand that unless and until you put your thoughts into action, no dream can be fulfilled in your life. So somebody should put the stone from here to there. If nobody is there, if you simply dream of putting the stone from here to that place, so how can it be possible? So there should be some action in our life. So that's why in sentences also actions, verbs are playing very important role. Why? Because verb is the word which is talking about our action. How verb is important in a sentence. So your actions and your hard work is also very important in our life. So we need to do some action. It may be positive action or negative action. Never bother about it. But some action should be done in our life. Yes. It was the ultimate aim of any bright boy at that age. So dreaming is a common for the teenagers. And the successful people will try to put those dreams into action. So as it till today, even today also, as it still is today. So even today also, IIT is a dream for all the bright students. And IITs are the great institutions. There is a lot of demand for these colleges. So if you want seat, you should work like a clock but never sit like a rock. So this is an excellent quotation fit to the situation. So you should go on working in your life until you get the success. Okay. So as it till is today, he was then only 16 years old. So one thing, this incident took place in Mysore, and second, this boy's age is 16. So 16 is intermediate stage, and this fellow is also studying intermediate, and just he applied for the IIT entrance exam. Next, what happened? The D-Day came. So what is D-Day? The D-Day came. D-Day means an important day in our life. So after putting the application form, what day will come next? Entrance exam. So the day of your entrance exam has come. So it is very, very, very important day in our life. You may work for 1 year. You may work for 2 years or 3 years or 10 years. That never mind. But how you write in your exam is very, very, very important. The 3 hours exam will decide your future. Sir, I expected to get more marks in my exam, sir. But I failed to write my hall ticket number. I failed to write the correct answers. So some students, they do some silly mistakes in the exams. For example, some students, they work out the sums in a very perfect way. But at the end of the sum, instead of doing minus, they simply add the problem. They simply add the numbers and do the wrong sum. Sir, I did the entire sum, sir, but at the end of the sum, I did a small mistake. Is it a small mistake? It may be a small mistake for you, but what is the result of that mistake? you lose the marks, you lose your rank, and finally, so the small mistake may lead to lose your rank in the exam, lose your seat in the exam. So that's why never give any chance. So after doing the sums, again you check them. Again you verify your papers. So never give any chance to your minor mistakes. So these minor mistakes, when 2 or 3 minor mistakes join together, they may create some disaster in our life. So that's why, so while writing your exams, we have to be very, very careful, and that examination day will be the deciding day in our life. So if you get an entrance, if you get a seat, so you'll be on the other side. So if you won't get a seat, you'll be on the other side. So what's the difference between this person and that person? The difference may be of our hair. But there will be a lot of damage in our life. So being on the being in the ocean and being on the bay. So lot of if you are on the other side, you'll drown in the ocean. But if you are on the other side, you'll be saved. You'll be on the ground. Is it not different? The same way, so the D-Day means very important day. That is the day of exams. So we are preparing for our 10th class all through the year. All throughout the year. So, but what is important day? Our public examinations day. So we are preparing all these things only for writing the public exam. So if this fellow after going to the public exams, if he sleeps in the public exam room, if he sleeps in the examination room, what is the use? Sir, I prepared for 24 hours, but there is no use out of it. So whatever you prepare and how you prepare will be decided by the D-Day, that is your examination day. And today, the examination day, the D-Day come. He came to Bangalore. So this fellow is living in Mysore, and from Mysore he came to Bangalore because he got the center in Bangalore. Stayed with some relatives and appeared for the entrance test. He stayed in some relative's house. Some rich people may stay in some hotels. They may take some rooms. But he is very poor person. That's why he requested his relatives to give some shelter for 1 or 2 days. So they granted, and he stayed in his relative's house and wrote the entrance exam. He did very well. See, by birth, he is naturally a very intelligent person. And that too, he is writing a challenging exam. And that's the dream of this boy. So, naturally, automatically, he wrote the exam very, very well. So, he did very well, but would say okay, when asked. So, this is also one of the good characteristics of intelligent and sharp students. So after completing the exams, if you ask an ordinary student, sir, how did you write your exam? Sir, super, sir. So how much you are expecting? Sir, I am expecting not less than 99.99 marks, sir. So the 0.9990009 may be overlooked by the teacher. Otherwise, I would get even that marks and I would get 70% marks in the exam. So how did you write your exam? I tore the paper, sir. Chinchi-san, sir. So these are the dialogues of common purpose. Ordinary students, below ordinary students, but very bright person, very intelligent person, very stable persons will not say like that. They won't talk loosely with others. They talk in a very stable manner. They talk with stability. So how did you write your exam? Okay, sir. Did you attempt all the questions? Okay, sir. How much you are expecting? Sir, I am not expecting anything, sir. So, but I wrote the exams better. I wrote it okay. So like that they give some answers, but they never boast about themselves. They won't talk too much with others. So that's why there is a samita, there is a proverb in Telugu. Nindu konda tonagadu. Ariche kokka karavadu. The dog that barks never bites. So if you are boasting and if you are talking too much means, so we can understand how you prepared and how you wrote the exams. Because that fellow is talking too much. That's why he might have written in an ordinary way, or he might not have written the exams properly. So like that we can estimate about his results. And after getting the results also we get in the same way. So that's why, so how this boy gave the reply, he wrote the exam very well. He's expecting some good rank in the exam. But when others asked him, when his parents or when his teachers or when his friends asked him, he simply said, okay, okay. How did you write? Okay. It means when he said okay means he wrote very nice. He wrote and he's expecting some good marks. And it was the opposite when it came to food. So he wrote well but said okay. But it is opposite when it comes to food means, suppose if the food is not good, you serve some food to him, but it's not good, it's not tasty, it's not delicious. But even then also he say good, good, good. If it is good means it is bad. But in exam's point of view, it is good means, it is okay means he wrote excellently. So this is quite opposite words he used regarding the food and regarding the exams. So it is quite opposite to each other. So when the food is bad, he simply said good. When the food is good, he said better. When the food is excellent, he say nice. Yes. So opposite when it comes to food. So when he said okay, how is the food? Okay. So when he said okay, it means, it implies bad. The food is bad. But simply he says good. When he said good, it implies okay. Good, good, good means the food is better. When he said excellent, it means good. So like that, he used to say these words. Why? Because here we find the nature of this boy. What is the nature? His principle was never to hurt anyone. His principle is never to hurt anyone. Suppose if I say, I wrote exam excellent, so I am going to get a mark. The other person may feel bad about it. So I too wrote the exam better, but this fellow is saying that he is going to get first rank or second rank, but how much marks I am going to get. So simply when they go and ask him how he did the exam, how he did the sum, so he may tell some answers and all the answers of the other persons may be went wrong. So how the person may think about him or think about himself. So he may think bad about him. He may hurt the feelings of others unknowingly. But his nature is not to hurt anyone. Suppose if the food is not good, if some people may bluntly say it on the others, but this fellow's nature is not like that. He never wants others to feel sad because of him. So that kind of nature we all should develop in our life. So you feel happy, you live better, and also make others live better and feel happy. So when you are talking with others, the others should also feel happy to talk with you. But in nature, in our society, we find some people who always try to hurt others with their words. So, as a human being, we should always try to make others happy. So in this lesson, we learn about the qualities of this little boy. What is that quality? Never hurt others with your words, and do your hard work, and never boast about yourself. So when you write nicely, when you write excellently, simply you say okay. But when it comes to food or any other matter, you simply never hurt others and use some good words to make others happy. With this, I am going to stop today's session, and when we meet tomorrow, we shall learn some more things about this boy and about his achievements. And until then, you go through the lesson, you go through the previous lessons and try to understand the concepts, underline the difficult words, and by heart the spellings, and get control over the subject. Until then, don't forget, you stay at home and be happy. Bye.